Hello everyone, it's Vector Action and I'm back with part 2 of the Transformers 86 Constructicon Hook and Constructicon Long Haul 2-pack. So let's look at the fantastic box that it came in. And last time I showed how everything looked when it came out of the box. After I got it out of the box. It's a fantastic box, like I said. But right, so on to the vehicle modes. And to be honest with you, I quite like these vehicle modes. I think they both look excellent. So we've got Hook here and Long Haul. I quite like that they've included weapon storage for each of them, and I've just found and I just realised I didn't show Hook's weapon attached there. It attaches to the crane arm like so. It just immediately fell off. So I quite like that. I like the inclusion of the weapon storage for both of them. That's pretty cool. So we'll start with Hook here. Both of these are quite decent vehicles. As you can see, the crane arm does lift up like so. It does rotate. It does come out a bit too easily though. I do a dent that time. But it has every other time I messed with it. And then of course this part does extend, like so. It's a bit stiff though. And then that bit moves as well. So, look at it. Looks pretty cool. Quite like that. Looks great. So that's a great looking vehicle mode. Yeah, this part definitely does come out a bit too much. Again, I really like how the weapon store never got weapon storage yet, so that's always good. It does come out a bit too easily though. Carnivals. Overall, it looks fantastic, I think. Like this, that's second vehicle mode. And then we come to Long Haul. This is my favourite Constructicon. Now, interestingly enough, the box shows the gun facing backwards, whereas the instructions show it pointing forwards, which makes more sense to me if we're going to use it as a weapon. This is a fantastic looking dump truck. I love how it looks there from the front with the giant, well, not so giant, but you know, got a large Decepticon insignia there and all the detailing and moulding and everything. It looks fantastic. The purple windows. I like the inclusion of the gun back. This one rolls really well. Unfortunately though, I did just remember that these wheels are going to stay out in robot mode. They don't fold in or anything because they're moulded in place, which is a bit unfortunate. And the only issue I have with this one is, as you can see, these parts don't quite line up on the truck bed, and this is how it came out of the box. I have fiddled around the legs a bit because this one was sticking up a bit further before. I have tried to get them to line up a bit better, but so far one is still further down the other. And if I can fix that, it'd be perfect. Overall, looks great. It's my favourite Constructicon, and I really like this dump truck mode. But that's not all, because with the dump truck, you get the trailer. With Long Haul, it now comes with this new edition, the trailer, which does stand up on its own, which is what you want for a trailer, so that's great. I love these like missile pods on the front there, and on the top there, and it's a great way to use up all the parts for Devastator when they're not in use. That came with this setting, with the whole waist section, and the hands, and parts of this chest plate. Getting this to connect though is a bit of a nightmare, especially when you're reaching around the camera. I got attached, maybe attached the trailer hitch there, like so. And then it did come out there. Once you get it in, it looks pretty good, and you now have this much longer dump truck, a heavily armed dump truck at that. You can position it like so. And it's good. I quite like it. I liked how Long Haul looked. Well, I thought he looked good enough as he was anyway. As he is anyway. Yeah, I thought he looked good enough before, but with the trailer, it's a quite neat addition actually. Makes it much longer. He's now twice as long as Hook here. Yeah, now you can run to battle with a heavily armed dump truck with these missile pods and everything like that. Looks pretty cool. Right, so that is the vehicle modes. Next I'll be looking at the oil modes. I quite like these vehicle modes. Two great vehicle modes. So now onto the oil modes.